before we go down to chemicals. So in front of you all now, you will find ignition systems. Ignition systems is everything that forms your ignition side of your vehicle. So part of the ignition system, as you can see, I told you spark plugs is part of your servicing items, also part of the ignition, because the ignition can't spark or cannot function without the use of a spark plug. So the spark plugs are controlled via your distributor. So what happens in an ignition system, no, I'll call you later. Okay. The ignition, the distributor will turn. After the distributor turns with the engine, so inside the engine block, this goes where it turns with the engine. It will then generate, and then the field is generated where the spark is now transferred via your rotor. This is the rotor, guys. The spark is then transferred to the rotor, which now makes contact with your rotor cap. Now inside your rotor cap, there are little points where every time it makes contact with those points, the spark then flows through your spark lead. Or another name for plug lead is what? What is another name for the plug lead? It's called your HT lead. High tension leads. So as that spark now travels through your HT leads, it then flows through your plug lead or your HT lead, and now the spark plug is then activated. You understand? If this is not set properly inside the engine, meaning if your timing is not set correctly, every time that this thing throws a spark, and if there's no fuel there, what will happen? The vehicle will not start, or the vehicle will misfire. That's why we say part of timing is very important. How we set our cam belt, how do we bring our piston to TDC, also very importantly on how do we line our distributor. Now this is a much older system now, because I'll take you all on the other side and I'll show you all how electronics work. So this is a distributor system. A lot of new cars now are no longer coming out with distributors, they're coming out with sensors, camshaft sensors, crankshaft sensors, which we'll cover on the other side module. So this is a distributor. This here, as you can see, looks like a bottle. It's called a bottle coil. In the bottom here, you've got your coil, different types of coils, ignition. 1, 2, 3, 4 are known as what, guys? You all are studying, what is that called? Ignition coil pack. So it's called an ignition coil pack. Also, you can call it a pencil coil. Looks like a pencil to write, but that is regarded as your coil pack. Now, previously, when your plug leads